Video games don't have free will. Yet. Hi, I'm Crep, and I'm playing seminal classic 1993 or 94 Super Nintendo or Super Famicom game Mega Man X or Rockman X. Now, I'm aware that everyone and their dog has played Mega Man X on YouTube already. Take note of that name, Dr. Kane. We'll get back to that in a bit. Kind of an important guy. And I don't really care, because I like this game, and I am also not above playing games that everyone has already played, because I like them. I have full playthroughs of Sonic 1, 2, CD, Sonic 3, Knuckles on my channel, because I like those games. I wanted to play them, so I played them for my channel. Same thing here. It just felt like a good day to play Mega Man X, a game that I like. So we're gonna sit down and we're gonna...
X is the first of a new generation of robots which contain an innovative new feature, the ability to think, feel, and make their own decisions.
Hello?
However,
What?
this ability could be very dangerous. If
Excuse
X
me,
were to
I'm
break
trying...
the first rule of robotics, a robot must never harm a human being.
Now hold on,
The
hold
results
on.
would be disastrous.
The rule of robotics, that's garbage. The rule of robotics stuff
stop
is complete garbage. It was based on an idea of what a robot is.
Approximately 30 years will be required
Absurdly
before we can safely
outdated,
confirm
has
his
roots
reliability.
in like ideas of slavery
I will not live to see
because
that
of
day,
like
nor do I
the
have anyone to
relationships of
carry on my
robots
work.
and humans being
Therefore,
very
I've decided
similar
to seal
to the
him in this
relationship
capsule,
between
which will test his internal
slaves,
systems until his
we'll say black
reliability
people
has been
and white
confirmed.
people with
Please,
slavery,
do not
with
disturb
this
the
whole idea
capsule
of
until
like
that time.
subservience, can't harm the master, etc., etc.
As well as great possibilities.
This is some messed up stuff to be talking
I can only
about.
hope for
Like,
the best.
who's
September
doing,
18th,
who's saying all this
20XX.
stuff?
Thomas Light.
Thomas Light? Okay, well, we have some stuff to get into. We're gonna play Mega Man X, classic seminal 1993-94 Super Nintendo Super Famicom game Mega Man X Rockman X. It's kind of a direct successor to the NES Mega Man games, very similar. We'll just get right into it. You know, normally this is the part where I'd set my controls differently, so I'd have the dash button on the shoulder button instead of A, but I'm playing on keyboard, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna get right into it. You hit game start. Just like the classic games, you go right into a stage select with 8 bosses. In this case, they are the Mavericks. Well, it's a whole can of worms what a Maverick is. In the classic games, they were robot masters, and they followed a really obvious theme that didn't really need much explaining in terms of who these people are, why you're fighting them. You're Mega Man. Here are a bunch of other something men. Go shoot them. That's fine. Here we got the Mavericks, though, and they're all animal people. We'll get into it in a sec. First things first, though, you can start anywhere, just like in the other Mega Man games, but you're a chump if you start with Chill Penguin. Just putting that down. So we're going to start with Chill Penguin. No, not really. But there's something very important in Chill Penguin stage that I want to get before I go have fun elsewhere, because the game is not fun without it. Yes, I just said that. I just admitted that. I like playing the classic games, but they're not as enjoyable to me as the X games because of this neat thing you can do in the Mega Man X games, which we'll get to when we actually get it. But that kind of brings up an important subject, which is this game has upgrades, permanent upgrades you can find and have that change the way you play, change things you can interact with, etc., etc. Give you more tools to work with. Good stuff. It's different from the classic games where, yes, you got permanent upgrades in the sense that you got weapons from every boss that you defeated, and sometimes you would get a new, like, auxiliary tool, like platforming aid, if you beat a certain stage, or if you found it at a certain stage, or if you beat a certain number of stages total. Not the case here. I mean, you still get the weapons for beating bosses, but there are other things as well on top. It's a little different. You start off with your typical gameplay, though. I haven't even acknowledged that. It's you run, you jump, you shoot. It's the building blocks of a running gun platformer, and it's very similar to how the NES game's controlled until you get to here. Now, there's Dr. Light again, Mr. Rule of Robotics himself. Again, we'll probably get more to him soon. He's on fast forward right now because we don't have time to listen to whatever he's talking about. He's talking for a long while. This is my Let's Play, buddy. I'm the one with the voice. Get out of here. So we're going to jump in this capsule, and we're going to get the most important thing, the most defining thing of Mega Man X gameplay, which you can tell because in every subsequent game they let you have it by default. It's the dash. So this is cool. I can do this, and it feels great. Ah! And you know, it's just fun. You go fast. If you do it well, then you can use it to maneuver around dangerous stuff. You can use it to maneuver into dangerous stuff. I'm very good at that. That's the biggest thing that separates X gameplay from classic gameplay. The second biggest thing, which you've seen me use a couple of times, is the wall kick. So I can just hug onto a wall. I'll just fall in this pit. That's fine. I was going to anyway. You can hug on walls and you start sliding down them. You fall a little slower when you do that. You can kick off them at any point. You can actually combine this with a dash. Go and shoot that thing. Oh, right. They come out of this, whatever this is, too. But you can combine it with good timing with a dash also and get a faster wall kick. Anyway, we're gonna just straight up fall in this pit a few times. Like I said, I'm not actually starting with Chill Penguin. I just want the dash. So we make our way over to this checkpoint so I can chuck myself in the pit faster than if we'd not gotten this checkpoint. I'd have to throw myself at enemies a bunch at the start of the stage. Not worth it, not worth it. Much faster. Now that we have the dash, we can really do anything we want. In theory, we could have before too, but like, not really. So, I'm gonna show off by going to Boomer Kuwanger first. Let's be clear, this is a bad idea. Boomer Kuwanger is one of the harder bosses in this game, even with the dash. But you know, we like to have fun and make bad decisions here. Sorry, Boomer Kuwanger's stage theme is really good. I would just go silent for a bit and let you listen to it. I'll just recommend that you go find it on YouTube instead. Just give it a listen for a bit, because it's great. Because I've got... Well, I should be jumping. I've got jumping I should be doing. But I've got lore to talk about. Check this out. So, in the far-off year of 20XX... That's true? I think they changed it to 21XX, maybe. Maybe that's the 0 series or something. In the far-off year of 20XX, the Mega Man X games happen, and somewhere before that time period, or in that time period early on in it, the classic games end. That wonderful era where, sure, there's a lot of conflict, but it's also pretty lighthearted. Mega Man takes care of it very frequently. He has his worries, but he's a good kid who's just out here fighting other robots and keeping people safe in doing so. It's pretty admirable and cool. And again, things are pretty lighthearted and silly and fun for the most part. Consequences are not big. But those games are over, and Dr. Thomas Light works on a new kind of robot, an entirely new kind of robot who can think, feel, and make decisions, his own words, I believe. Something like that in that intro. The warning screen, the warning text. And that's X. X is this kind of new iteration on what Mega Man was. And he's very powerful. Not only is he capable of thinking and feeling and making decisions like people do, because he's effectively a person, just a programmed one. Let's get into the artificial intelligence discourse, why not? So not only that, but he's capable of growing and becoming more powerful. That's kind of the thesis statement, gameplay-wise, mechanically, of the X games. That's why you can get upgrades in the levels that affect the gameplay so drastically, such as the dash, or we'll later get another one that's going to change the way we interact with boss weapons, especially once we, start getting boss weapons. He makes Mega Man X, or just X for short. I guess his name is actually just X. I don't know if his name is Mega Man X. I think that's just the game's name. But he makes X, and he's a little scared because let's be real, he's a white guy. He's a white scientist, and he's like, I'm so used to making creatures of subservience, but now I'm going above and beyond and making effectively an artificial human. I'm out here making cyborganic life, kind of, I guess. And I want to make sure that it's going to be safe for people. So I'm just going to leave him in a capsule in the dirt for, I don't know, 3 decades. Sounds pretty good. While I run a bunch of diagnostic tests on him to make sure that he is not going to kill everyone when he comes out. And somewhere after that point, Thomas Light dies. This is also part of why he seals X away, is because he knows he's pretty close to dying, presumably of natural causes, never specified, but he doesn't have much left in life, so he can't stick around to check in on X and follow his progress himself. So what he does, seal him away, have a bunch of tests run, and hopefully whoever picks up the pieces will not be picking up pieces, they'll be picking up a whole person. That makes sense. And an unspecified amount of time after that, this guy named Dr. Kane, who is an archaeologist, not a roboticist, specifically an archaeologist, finds X in a dig site that he started, and is like, "Whoa, this is the biggest discovery of the millennium, probably. I'm going to activate and examine this guy." And again, unspecified amount of time, so we don't know if it's actually 30 years later or not. It could be significantly more. It also could be less. But either way, X comes out and he seems like he's doing fine. Dr. Kane is fascinated by the way he can have full conversations with X, have disagreeing opinions on things. It's kind of neat, honestly. It's too bad all this stuff is relegated to the manual. That's where I pulled all this stuff from, is I read the manual for this game, the US manual, and there's this whole section that's Dr. Kane's notes on X, his diary notes. Pick that up in just a moment. I want to focus all my attention on this guy. This is Boomer Kuwanger. Now, if you didn't know, Kuwanger is Japanese for beetle, or some kind of beetle, one or the other. So this guy's a beetle. You can kind of see it, right? He's a real tall and thin beetle, but he's got the horns, pincers. Makes sense. All right, please let me dash up away from the wall. That's fine. There are not many periods where you can actually hurt Boomer Kuwanger. Like, they exist while he's teleporting, but it's pretty rough. That's why hanging up on the walls and dash jumping, if the game would let me. Ugh. I'm having more trouble dash jumping off the left wall than the right wall. Well, for what it's worth, I didn't come into that room with full health, and I got him down to past half, so I feel pretty good. Charge shots in this game are pretty powerful. Especially, actually, I forgot about this a little bit. Unintended thing. If you dash into a shoot, I don't think it works for charge shots, but it works for normal uncharged shots. If you dash into a shot, it'll do more damage. I could be doing that, I guess. Charge shots are doing the trick, though. There we go. That was a dash jump off the left wall. I guys had to get used to the timing again. Still missing it. I'm still flubbing it. It's fine. Boomer Kuwanger, everybody. The master of touch damage, really. Not the only one in this game, but he's pretty good at it. Oh! That one's gonna leave a mark. Oh, really? Oh, because I died the one time. Dang, why'd I let that happen? Why'd I let myself die the one time? That's the fast forward key on my keyboard. Sorry about that. Luckily, it's not a big deal. I just fast forwarded the stage select. Oh no. Alright, well, I've got 2 choices here. Either I cut the whole replay, come back to when I'm at the boss fight, give my voice a rest, or I keep talking, and I pick up right where I was with all the Dr. Kane stuff. Could. Nah, I'll see you at the boss. Alright. I'm at less than half health due to some expectedly reckless play. But you never know, I could pull this one out. Let's see. Yes, dash at me. First thing. Means I can actually shoot you. No! That was almost a really smart play on my part. Oh, bad arc, bad arc. Oh no, he deadlifted me. Stop teleporting, my dude. Or keep teleporting? Oh, bad. Well, he tried to throw me. It didn't work out, but he tried to. Yes! Alright. And that went, like, significantly better than my other attempts, too. I still ended up below half health, but I could have taken a couple more hits. Not bad, not bad. So it's Boomer Coanger, everybody. That's what Boomer Coanger can do to you if you're not, like, on top of your game, I guess. We get the Boomerang Cutter. It's a very rolling cutter kind of weapon, except you can toss multiple of them and they pick up items. That's the cool part. And in fact, we're going to go back to Boomer Coanger's stage to use it. You may have noticed in my initial climb that there was this heart-looking thing. Pink and gray heart-looking thing just twirling around on a platform that I couldn't really like jump to or climb to or anything. It's just out there, and that's a heart capsule or heart tank. I don't remember what the proper terminology is. I'll probably flip-flop between the two a bunch, because in my head it's one or the other. But it's out there. It's really useful. You might notice our health bar is really small compared to the one boss we just fought. We can fix that. That's by collecting more heart capsules. They're going to extend our maximum health bar, which is really nice. We have to get back there first, of course. And here we are. We go and switch over to Boomerang Cutter. We can just pick this thing right up. Just like that. I think it boosted our health by like 2 pips. Seems like not much, but we're going to get one of those for every stage, so it'll add up. When you beat the boss of a stage, you can just head right out using the escape unit. Thank goodness. Shows us our password again. It's a password-based game, of course. It's the only way you can progress or save your progress. This is before they were confident enough in spending money on battery backups. Alright, now we have Boomer Coanger's Boomerang Cutter weapon. We can go to Chameleon stage. I'll be fighting everyone in boss order because I want to have a good time. I could show off more and just try to go for a Buster only run, but I feel like a bunch of people do that. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people do that. I don't need to do it. I also don't need to define myself by being opposite to what a lot of people do. I'm playing Mega Man X for God's sake, but I also just don't need to do that thing where it's like I'm showing off for the internet. I just want to play my game for fun and have people kind of semi along for the ride. That's where I'm at. I like talking while I play a game. So, where was I? Yeah, Dr. Kane was having all these cool conversations with X and thought to himself, wouldn't it be incredible if there were just more robots like this out in the world? I bet I could make that happen. And so he does. He develops the first prototype. He's becoming a roboticist now. He's developed the first prototype of what he calls Reploids. I guess you could say it's like short for replicant android or something, or replicant droid, whatever. The point is that there's some sort of replication of the internal systems of Mega Man X, the parts that make him function as if he's human, that give him his own humanity. Calls them Reploids. Months later, they're on assembly lines. They're being mass manufactured, so they're just making people, effectively. Interesting. There's many moral layers to that. Just kind of leave that there. It's a discussion for another time, I'm sure. but they're a bunch of Reploids now. They're part of the population alongside humans. Humans still exist, obviously. I didn't specify, but Dr. Kane is a human, not a robot who picked up Mega Man X and was like, "Whoa, you're way more advanced than I am." No, he's a person, a human flesh and blood person. I had to specify because, honestly, X and Reploids are also people. Let's not mince words. So, it's Reploids and humans. Presumably there are robots out there still. I think what I'm fighting right now is probably a robot by whatever definition the people of this time period, 20XX, would have. And for being that robot, we get another capsule. This one is very important. I'm going in kind of a specific order that just works well for me to give me an edge on playing this game. We're now going to get the body armor part, or the torso armor part, whatever. It literally just makes us take half damage from everything. It's great. It's just a big improvement on our survivability. Very good. Imagine if I had that going up against Boomerang. Why do I keep saying Boomerang Coanger? Against Boomer Coanger. Probably would have made a big difference. Reploids exists now. Months after that, after Dr. Kane's journal entry of the mass production of Reploids, they start going Maverick. Now, what does that mean? Being honest, the X games never fully go into it. I think they do that out of some level of just simplistic writing, like the devs weren't interested in pursuing an explanation for it. They didn't feel like they needed to. Like, the concept was self-explanatory from the gameplay, from the stories that emerged, anything, whatever. But it's still not really clear. And over time, playing these games, it's become more obvious that the lack of clarity in what being a Maverick is, going Maverick for a Reploid, is a big detriment to interpreting X and the Maverick Hunters, which he joined, as the good guys. It's hard. But let's get into it, you know? In response to the outbreak of Reploids going Maverick, which is them becoming violent and rebelling against people, causing destruction, just generally causing problems, issues. They're becoming issue makers. I'm gonna grab this health I don't need. I don't know why I did that. And becoming, like, seriously violent, notably violent. You know, that is kind of a problem. So some other Reploids... Oh, my thing's about to blow up. Get out of it before that happens. It's a ride armor. It was useful for a moment. I have to fight this other ride armor guy, but not in ride armor. I don't really want to, so we're gonna leave. Bunch of Reploids go Maverick. They're being violent and stuff. And some other Reploids form the Maverick Hunters. And it's kind of ambiguous if they were conceived with the idea of rehabilitation, primarily. Like, hunting, assessing threats, stopping threats, and then, I guess, making arrests, and then rehabilitating, hopefully. Kind of left unspecified if that was a factor, or if from the start they were just, we're going to quell any and all violent insurrection with our own violence and people will die. And then people were okay with that. Could be real. Just look at cops. But anyway, the Maverick Hunters are formed. Their leader is Sigma, another Reploid personally designed by Dr. Kane. And like a month later, he goes Maverick. Oops. He takes a bunch of Maverick Hunters with him. They also go Maverick. So, And they basically start their own violent, thorough insurrection against humanity, primarily, out of a feeling of supremacy. That's great. Never a problem with a group of people deciding they are the supreme race. that all happens. So that just leaves... No, cool. That just leaves X on his own to deal with a bunch of Reploids who have gone Maverick. So he's just doing that. That's this game. There you go. Took me about 2 levels plus with retries to explain the core conceit. So we're dealing with a bunch of Mavericks, a bunch of Reploids who have decided to be violent, I guess, or are uncontrollably violent. Again, not very clear. In some games like X5, it's very clear that some Reploids going Maverick are losing control. That puts the Maverick Hunters in a more reasonable spot. In other games, such as the PSP remake of this game, Maverick Hunter X, the writing implies that they're doing this of their own free will. So that changes things a bit. Kind of scary. I feel like the X games are dealing with subject matter and text that they're not really prepared to dive into, which is fine. It is still worth examining them from a critical lens, I think. With a critical lens, from a critical perspective. I really just let him lash at me just there. And I did it again. Let him do it again. Oh, you know, I have his weakness. I should be doing something with it. This whole time I kind of spaced. Yeah, okay, I can get you from there. All right, cool. So this is the Sting Chameleon loop. I didn't really get to show because he didn't have enough health, but you can just keep firing left and right. He'll keep attaching himself to the ceiling, and as long as you time it well, he'll never actually do anything to you. It's fine. Not even a problem. So that's that. That's the story of Mega Man X. Dr. Kane is only mentioned in the manual. He never shows up in this game. That's like fine, I suppose. It's fine. You really get the sense playing this game that the devs, who I assume were mostly people who've worked on like Mega Man 4, 5, potentially games prior, but like particularly the Mega Man games on the NES that had come shortly before the release of Mega Man X. Just because this game still feels very tied to the classic games and a lot of its design philosophies. Oh, I didn't actually dash jump, which means I'm not... Whoa, that was close. Whoa, that wasn't close. That was just nothing. That's okay. I'm at a life deficit because didn't I already die to Sting Chameleon? Yeah. No, I'm just gonna chuck myself down here. It's fine. It's good. It's for the good of the LP. There's a lot of little things that tie this game to the classic games more than every X game that comes after, in my opinion. And part of that is the presentation from a story angle. Even by this point, all that the classic Mega Man games had done story-wise had been somewhat brief intros that play as like what's the term? I always blank on the term. Attract mode screens. You know, when you let a game hang and you don't press anything at the title screen, and it's like, okay, well, we'll show you what this game is about. And when that practice like jumped from arcade games where they had to specifically try to attract players by showing them what the game's about to entice them to drop quarters on it, when that came to console games, it slowly morphed over time into players are going to expect to see something when they don't do anything when they open the game for the first time. We should give them a taste of like what this game has to say more than and plot setup and like more than a gameplay taste, because they bought the game. They can just start the game to see what the gameplay is like. Presumably they bought it for a reason, etc., etc. So the classic games had intro sequences and would have no intro cutscene when you start the game, no like between stage cutscenes, but they would have maybe a little cutscene when you go into the final stage of the game after you've beaten all the bosses, played all their stages. Oh, really quick, that's a sub-tank. That's our first one. We're gonna get 4 of those. They're kind of like the Mega Man E-tanks, except instead of being single-use expendable, they're permanent additions to your inventory, and whenever you're at full health and you pick up health capsules, they go to fill up your sub-tank instead. And you can just use your sub-tank from the menu to refill your health, just like you would an E-tank, but it doesn't go away. You can refill it again. Really, really useful stuff. I think it's a great design decision. Where was I? They didn't have that much in the way of story cutscenes and the like. But starting with like Mega Man 4, you would get these cutscenes between the chunks of final levels, because after that game they were always split up into 2 sets of 4-ish fortress stages, and that would kind of like help keep the plot moving, because it'll be like this obvious antagonist. Of course you want to go after this guy. The intro cutscene set it up, and then you get there, and oops, it's a fake out. It's Dr. Wily. You got to go to his fortress now. I just fell right in that pit, and that's fine. And that was kind of the story that they had. There's a similar thing going on here. We're not really going to see any like dialogue, much in the way of like character interaction, until we get to the very end of the game. There's only 1 set of fortress stages, but we will have some dialogue to exchange with the final boss. Of course, it's Sigma. I mean, that's another thing that kind of like ties the Mega Man X games to the classic games, is that when they set up a villain, that's gonna be the villain, you know? Sigma is the leader of the Maverick Revolt in this game, after having been the leader of the Maverick Hunters. I just want to blow up this window again. I don't have to. I just want to. It's fun. I already got my sub-tank. Ooh, I got lucky. That platform, I wasn't expecting it to not have a thing on it. It seems like when the platforms spawn from when they spawn from below screen, they seem to not have the turret on them, which is really kind, actually. Happy about that. So most of the character that you get in this game, plot-wise and like, is just from character animations and very minor bits of environmental storytelling. There isn't that much, to be honest. I do want what's in here. I'm just gonna casually hang out over here and shoot these flammable containers, wherever they are. They're explosive, but they're not gonna hurt me. I'm fine. It's all good. I did that for an extra life. It was worth it. So I guess I don't really have anything else to say on the storytelling front. Oh yeah, that all spawned from me trying to mention that Dr. Kane isn't in this game. It's like, it's fine. They plugged all of their story, like for real, into the manual. Because we watched that intro, like, sequence. It's not really a cinematic, but like, of Dr. Kane logging into, I guess, the capsule that X is in, and seeing all of these scans, and like for the first time getting a glimpse at what X is, and then getting that warning message from Dr. Light. If it weren't for the capsules, that would be all the setup that we get for Dr. Light, but of course, because you're forced to get the dash boots, I didn't really mention that. There's no way to get around that capsule at Central Penguin stage. It's completely unavoidable. They want you to have the dash. You can't beat the game without it. When you get the dash boots, that's when he has his longest spiel, and he really lays it on what his intent for you as X is. It's the next generation of robotics. It's cool and stuff. It's interesting. It's cool. It's stuff. It's fine. But you come here for the gameplay, and the devs were completely about that in their presentation of the game. That was Storm Eagle's stage. Aside from the wacky death that I had, and then the other wacky death that I had, it's pretty breezy stage. It's not too bad. The platforming is very straightforward, so it's hard to mess up unless you're just playing really recklessly, just no caution whatsoever. Check out this dive attack where if you just keep walking, he can't hit you, period. We're gonna switch to Chameleon Sting to finish him the rest of the way with that. Some of the bosses in this game have specific reactions to weapons used on them. Some of them don't. Storm Eagle is just Chameleon Sting does a bunch of damage to him, so it's the weapon you want to use. But then you get stuff like Sting Chameleon being forced out of his, like, attack loop, I guess, and throwing himself back up the ceiling with his tongue every time you shoot him with the Boomerang Cutter. It's kind of funny. Later classic Mega Man games would do this a lot more, where like every boss has a reaction to their weakness that completely throws off their boss pattern and makes them a joke. I guess it's fine. It's like the biggest possible reward they could give you for going out of your way to learn the boss weaknesses, learn the order you have to fight them in. I guess. I think I have a little more fun when there's still minor amounts of challenge to fighting a boss with their weakness, but it's fine. It's a whole thing. It's also part of why I think the X games and the classic games still had the same dev team, at least for a while, because it feels like they kind of had that idea for Mega Man X, and then come Mega Man 7, they were like, we should do that more. At least that's the impression I get. Hard to say, hard to say. It's not like I've done any research on the development teams or anything. Alright, Oh no! I completely skipped out on the armor capsule. It's in Storm Eagle stage. Now why'd I go and do that? Now I gotta check myself in the lava. How many lives do I have? Oh boy. So I can't escape. I can't use the escape unit because I haven't beaten Flame Mammoth yet. Oops. That's okay. I'll just cut all this out. It's fine. No one has to see this. Right here. If I just decided to fall down here, which I usually remember to do, you can blow up more of these explosive barrels, containers, whatever is barriers. Get over here for the head capsule.
This capsule contains enhancement for your
Hi,
head,
Dr. Light.
which will allow you to break some ceilings with a headbutt.
That was a real short one. I think even the armor one was a little longer than that one. Just fine. It's fine. It's fine. This allows us to break these blocks with our head. That's all it does. That's literally all it does. It doesn't give us like a defense boost or anything. It's just you can break blocks with your head now. Come on, let me break this one. Gotta go underneath it kind of awkwardly. Which you can sort of do. It's funky. When it comes to those blocks specifically, the game sort of lets you wall jump underneath them. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just strange. Now that we have that, we can actually get that thing in Flame Mammoth. I say, but the reality is, getting to that spot, getting up where those blocks are, is actually kind of annoying. And if you fall from there, it can actually be impossible and you have to restart the stage. So, you know, we'll just see how it goes. Flame Mammoth has this factory setting, which is fun. Factories are always fun in games. They're often incredibly abstract. I don't remember if you have to shoot to get out of the grasp of those enemies or what. I keep trying to like move left and right like it's Sonic, and yeah, I think you just shoot. Okay, you just shoot. Well, now I know. Okay, here's the jump. A dash jump at the edge of this ledge, like really at the edge. You gotta catch the edge of these blocks. Oh my god, I was so close. That's it. All I can do is toss my life away because you can't make that jump once those blocks are gone. It's literally impossible. You hit the corner of that bottom right block at the height of your jump, at the farthest you can carry the height of your jump from that ledge, period. So that's that. Spend a life, move on. Do it again. I don't know about you, but I really want what's up there. So I'm gonna go get what's up there. I don't need to have a charge shot going while I'm doing it. I just kind of reflexively, habitually have my finger down the charge button. Okay, let me up. Yeah. I'm gonna drink some juice. Soothe my throat. Let me up. Let me up. Oh my god, okay. Oh, that's a weird way. I don't think I can remember the last time I've gotten up here with any blocks remaining. No, it's fine. I'm not going to take any risk. I'll leave that one block there until I'm on my way back down. This is the final armor part. There's only 4 of them. It's the Buster part. This is the other game changer. You know, the head part was just situational block breaking. Only use it when the level design wants you to. The armor, the body part is just you take less damage, and the leg part is the dash. Now we can charge our Buster 1 stage higher to this pink charge, and on top of that, come on, just let me. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna break that block. That's gonna bother me. On top of that, we can now charge special weapons. Big deal. That's something you get in every X game. From here on out is the ability to charge special weapons through getting the Buster part. They never did that in the classic games. The closest you get, which I suppose kind of counts to some degree, is Mega Man 11's overdrive thing. The power gear, which boosts all of the special weapons if you use a special weapon while you're using power gear, which is pretty neat. It's kind of comparable in idea and concept. We're just gonna casually go over here and get another thing. Let's break all the blocks here. Do that one from underneath. Another sub-tank. Always worth it. Kind of wanted to jump there, but that's okay. Guess I didn't really need a jump. The game realized for me that I did not need a jump, actually. We are going to fall down there, I think? Yeah, we're gonna fall right down there because there's another heart tank right there. And check this out. The charged version of Chameleon Sting makes you invincible. Very cool and fun. It lasts, I don't know, like 10 seconds? Somewhere around there? I think that was about 10 seconds, maybe. I could count it in editing if I really wanted to. I don't really want it, that sounds boring. Ooh, don't get crushed. Not a good idea. Of course, the factory level is going to have these pressers. What else are you gonna do with a factory motif? You gotta have pressers. Sometimes things just need to get flattened. You don't know why. It's a scrap metal factory. I mean, I guess it's kind of true. All the stuff that was coming out of the chutes was broken robot pieces. So, I don't know. Who knows? That seems like it was the intent. I guess that's why you would want a compactor. I'm glad that I finally remembered the word compactor. It took me like that entire half a minute to get there. I kept calling them pressers. I mean, I guess it's still accurate, but the word I was looking for was compactor. This is our first big boss room. And in actuality, I believe it's the only one for all of the 8 Mavericks. Blah. So Flame Mammoth is weak to Storm Tornado, and it's really easy to hit him with it, especially if you time it when he jumps, because he'll often land on it or jump into it, just like that. But he's also often on the ground, and if you aim more for his ears, it's kind of hard for him to escape it with a jump anyway. Another situation of it's so easy to use and does so much damage that it doesn't matter that it doesn't break him out of his boss pattern. He won't be doing his boss pattern for long anyway. Real easy one, real easy one. And we want to come back here. That would have been true of Storm Eagle if I'd actually gotten the capsule the first time. Ah, why'd I press the button? Now no one gets to see what Flamethrower looks like. That's okay. Now we're gonna go to Chill Penguin. An unusual case in the Mega Man games of the ice boss being weak to the fire weapon. Doesn't happen that often, surprisingly. I think the aforementioned Mega Man 11 I just brought up actually is one of the games where it's the case. I feel like I have a memory of. Is that true, or is Tundra Man weak to Oh no, I can't remember any of the boss names in that game. Was it like Voltman or something? No, it wasn't Voltman. The Electric Man, the electric robot master that's in that game. I feel like Tundra Man might have been weak to that weapon, but he also might have been weak to Torchman's weapon. I don't know. What do I know? When was the last time I played Mega Man 11? 3 years ago? God, that's scarily accurate. God, when did Mega Man 11 come out? Oh, that kind of brings me to a fun, silly subject. There was a period when people genuinely thought that there were going to be no more than 9 Mega Man games, classic Mega Man games, because Mega Man X was Mega Man 10, obviously. You know, Roman numeral X, what's not clicking? Etc., etc. Obviously, that got proven wrong when they made Mega Man 10 in 2010. But then people started trying to believe that, just for a brief period anyway, that Mega Man X was Mega Man 11, because after Mega Man X is Mega Man X2, which is obviously 12, right? Right? It just makes sense. People are funny. Especially for thinking that they would just come out with Mega Man 10 after Mega Man 6 or just before Mega Man 6, depending on where you lived. And then come out with Mega Man 7 like a year later. Ugh, don't knock me in the pit. It's rude. I actually need that ride armor. It's a good thing it comes back. We can make this jump, and then we can hop out of it to get up here. No other way to get up this high. We can bust out Flamethrower. Get ourselves another heart tank. We're actually getting pretty close to max already. It's because we've been to more than 4 stages. So we're past the halfway point for picking up health. Here's a fun one. Storm Tornado is just kind of a good weapon in general. Decimates most things. Probably part of why it takes... Huh, it actually takes 1 tick per use. I thought it took 2 for a second. Still kind of a lot, since you can only fire 1 projectile. A lot of other weapons take less than 1 tick per shot. I think even Boomerang Cutter is... Well, it's either 2 shots per tick, or they balance, or it's just a thing that you can do with that weapon, which is fun, which is if the boomerang comes back to you, then you get the ammo back, which is a really cute detail. Come on, stop doing your invincible dive slide. It's inconsiderate to me and my needs. I'm really not, like, caring much for me taking damage or me using too much ammo in this fight. This Chill Penguin's kind of a pushover. Even if you don't care much, it's easy to not lose. It's only got 1 hit left. Wow, I almost died. It was so hard, it was so scary. I'll never underestimate Chill Penguin ever again. It was a good time to drink some juice. When you talk for this long, just good to have a beverage nearby. Soothe your throat. Listen, if you ever do anything like a Let's Play, or a podcast, or anything else where you're talking for a long time, have some water, or something else that's going to be hydrating and good for your throat. Have it nearby. Be smart. Take care of yourself. Look at that, we already only have 3 bosses left. With Chill Penguin's weapon, we are going to go to Spark Mandrill stage, and we're going to see for the first time something really interesting about this game that only 1 other X game after it ever tried to do, and it did it significantly worse. When you beat certain stages in this game, it affects other stages. In this case, here we have the remnants of Storm Eagle's ship. It's crashed into the power plant that Spark Mandrill's hanging out in. Is occupying. It's also caused the power to go out intermittently, or just the lighting rather, because a lot of other powered stuff is just out permanently. Normally all the floor here, all these glass tubing, all of this glass tubing would have sparks running through it that can hurt you whenever they run under your feet. You have to jump a bunch. I didn't mean to go up here. There's nothing up here. But there is a sub-tank right here, which we want. Gotta do a jumping on the way down kind of arc to get it. Boomerang Cutter is a different arc depending on whether you shoot it on the ground or in the air, and if you're moving up or moving down. It's a surprisingly nuanced weapon. Kind of interesting. So there's other stage effects. I don't think... We're not going to see one of them, period. So I'll go ahead and mention it. When you beat Chill Penguin stage, it freezes over Flame Mammoth's factory. It makes the lava hazard that's at the bottom half, or it's at the bottom of the level for a little more than half the level, completely harmless. Doesn't hurt you at all. You can just walk on it. I think it's kind of the only effect it has. Doesn't really accomplish much else. That's fine. Oh, maybe the lava drips go away too. I don't remember. They probably don't. I feel like I have memories of them not going away because as a kid I would always start with Chill Penguin, so it took me a long time to even know that Flame Mammoth stage could be not frozen over. We're gonna flamethrower you. I like to do that. This boss is a little annoying. It's more annoying when the power is completely here, because whenever it tries to plug into the ceiling there, it'll do this big lightning bolt attack. I think it's like multiple strikes to like cover the arena, instead of just these single bolts that it can do, which don't affect things much at all. They're easy to dodge. In fact, I couldn't even tell if anything was actually happening there. Something might have been happening, I just got lucky and didn't get hit by it that time. Hard to say. I don't know. Anyway, that boss is over. That's one of the other stage effects. We'll see the last one other time. It'll just be a little bit. It's not going to be until we've beaten... Yeah, until we've beaten the 8th boss, which is fine. We're going to have just a mild amount of cleanup. We've already had like a little bit of cleanup here and there, but it wouldn't have been that much if I just remembered to go and get the head capsule the first time. The helmet armor. The head helmet armor. The head mid armor. Why am I just letting myself getting shot? Why am I just letting myself get shot by all of these turrets? I don't know. Oh, here's a fun one. If you get like a little bit of damage in on these enemies, maybe you shoot them sometimes, or maybe you have to shoot them with like a partially or like a partially charged shot, something like that. You can make them kind of like spin out. It happened to one that I was dealing with earlier. There you go. Just hangs out like that. I think it's permanent. I never really like hung around to see how long they'll do this. Seems like it's permanent. Anyway, it's a fun dance. We see these turtle enemies a lot in this game. They show up in a good handful of the levels. They're here. We saw them in Boomerang stage. Weren't they somewhere else also? Maybe not. Maybe it is only these 2 stages. The game isn't bad about its enemy reuse. Most enemies, if they show up in multiple stages at all, will only show up in like 2, maybe 3, aside from like Metools. I think the Metools show up in multiple stages. You have like the bush ones that are in Chameleon stage, and you have the normal ones that are in Flame Mammoth stage. Do they show up in any other stage? Maybe they don't. Well, that's weird. That's weird and kind of funny. Here we have Spark Mandrill. Check out all the lights that he has. Spark Mandrill is like peak Mega Man X boss design, honestly, because a lot of the bosses that are in these early X games are super multicolored, and Spark Mandrill is like the most of that. Anyway, you can completely stun lock him if you have good timing with your shotgun ice shots. It's really pathetic. And that's that. I feel a little bad for him. He can do all these fun things, getting up on the ceiling, climbing around. He is a monkey. No, he's a Mandrel. Letting go of the ceiling, he can dash into you. He actually has electric attacks that I didn't let him do at all, which is why we get electric spark from him, and of course why he's in the power plant. You know, another another aspect of classic Mega Man design. Every single boss is in a very thematically appropriate area. They wouldn't keep that going for every game afterward. Most of them, but not everyone. Moving on, we're nearing the end of the 8 Maverick bosses. It's Armored Armadillo. I often call him just Armadillo. He's armored Armadillo. Got this tunnel, this mineshaft tunnel level with these sick mine carts that go super fast. They're great. I could go back. I will go back. I'll go back and show off this Bubble Bat, an enemy from classic Mega Man who's right here. It has like, I don't know, like a 75% chance maybe? Or an 80% chance of dropping a life every time you bop one. Bop. I love how much of my like game terminology is coming from the way that I talk about Sonic games. It's fun. Anytime you blow up one of them, ooh, I'll take that. Fill up my sub-tanks. That sound, that's a good sound. That is the sound of having fully filled up a sub-tank. Love to hear that sound. We're just gonna grind up a little bit. We're only at 4. This will only take a moment, but I would like to get us to max lives really quick. Just because it's worth having. It'll be nice. I can always come back and do it anytime I want. You also see, like, much like the classic NES Mega Man games, it's very, very easy to despawn and respawn an enemy off screen. Walk no distance at all. There we go. Like I said, no time at all. Let's move on. Stuff like the wall kick and the Buster part, the Buster armor, lets you do wild stuff like that, which I love. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna die because I forgot that this enemy was instant death. And I meant to be higher up than right in front of them. That's okay. We lost like no progress. We get that life back maybe? No? Thank you. Would be cool also if I can get my sub-tank filled up. Yeah, I'm at 3 out of 4. And I'm very close to filling my second one. Fill up that third one. And we'll get a fourth one. We'll fill that one up too. That's how you play the game. So what I actually wanted to do over here, this corridor, was hang out right here. Get up top. Wouldn't you know it? There's that 4 sub-tank I was talking about. Now, I don't think I need to blow up this one. Yeah, I don't need to blow up this one. My memory's kicking in from last time I played. So we'll just let it move along. I mean, I could have blown it up if I really wanted to get that health up there to fill up my sub-tanks, but like, we're fine. It'll happen naturally. Especially with all these bats around. They have a tendency to drop health more than some other enemies. There's a lot of them. Or maybe it just feels like they have a higher tendency to drop health because there's a lot of them. Hard to say. There is a lot of them. Oh, so yeah, there's 3 stages that have mets in them. If you count the bushed ones, the stealth ones that are in Sting Chameleons. And I would count them, because I think they matter. I was saying, my memory kicked in. There's another one of those digger robots that we do want to blow up. We'll get there in just a moment. I think it's pretty much around the corner. In the meantime, there's always room for more minecart rides. I want that. I always want more health. I can always take more health, so I might be more powerful with my sub-tanks. There you go. Now he's got to fill up the other 2. Halfway there. That's the nature of relying on random enemy pickups to get your cool benefits. All right, so we're just gonna rapid fire into the back of this thing. Really tense up my arm doing this. I can probably be more lax than this, but I won't. Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't have been, because I literally would have completely lost my opportunity. Oh, I can make that jump. Okay, I was thinking for a sec that I'd need to use another thing. Well, making this jump seems annoying. There we go. Here, I'll go ahead and show it off anyway. This is what I thought I had to do for a second. If you charge up the shotgun ice, you can make this platform that you can ride. Get yourself a little boost. It is the only platforming aid this game gives you. I guess it kind of makes sense. The game is very, very much based around being able to augment your jump height by climbing walls and the like. There aren't many situations where the game asks you to ascend without having a wall nearby. And most of the time in those cases, the game is really asking you to create a situation or maintain a situation where you can still have a wall, like it does in this stage. Gotta break that machine before it takes your wall away. Alright, we're going to switch over to Electric Spark, because we hate Armored Armadillo. There we go. Get rid of that armor. That ups his, lowers his defenses, rather, to everything, and allows you to hurt him while he's rolling. Normally you can't hurt him while he's rolling. But he's still weak to Electric Spark, so it's worth staying on this weapon. Like, we could theoretically move to basically anything else and it would do more damage than it would otherwise. It's a fun detail. Kind of a situation where... It's kind of like one of the only situations actually I can think of where a boss weakness does something really interesting to them that isn't like just purely disrupting their boss pattern. Kind of cool. I don't think the X games do that like at all after this. Maybe they do it somewhere, but not anywhere I can think of. You have this, and there's two others. I'll talk about the third one when we get to the second one, how about? Because they're related. I just skipped the Rolling Shield demo. It's fine. It's okay. You'll get to see it. It's the weakness of Lodged Octopus. We're going to use it. Now, I believe, yeah, I got everything that was in Armored Armadillos. It was just the sub-tank and the heart capsule. So we got it. We're going here last. It's the last place. Check it out. It's the last place. Okay, these are in 3. I thought there might have been a third level that these turtle enemies were in. So there's 3 of them. Count them, I guess, if you want to. I won't make you, but you could. You could. It'd be kind of nice. I'd like it if you did that for me. This is the water level. It's unfortunate that it's my least favorite for a few specific reasons. I do like water levels in Mega Man games because of all the high jumping and stuff. They also tend to have great music, stuff like Bubble Man, Dive Man. This stage has great music. But unfortunately, this is really the mini-boss stage. So it's doing double duty. It's not like the other stages didn't have mini-bosses. We saw that one Spark Mandrills. Were there others? There was the optional one, Sting Chameleons. Those are the ones that stand out to me. I'm sure there are others that I've literally already forgotten about because I just played the whole game. But this is the sub-boss stage. There's 2 of these dang things, and I hate both of them. It takes so much. It takes so many hits, and we're going to go to the other one, which is practically right around the corner. Practically. There's a little bit on the way. Okay. I shouldn't have switched weapons so soon, but that's okay. Right here. We're gonna pull out Electric Spark, and, you know, we're just gonna unload into it. Okay, cool. I hate dealing with that one. It's so annoying. You saw with the first one, it has this ability to manipulate water currents around you and pull you in or push you out. And the fact that there are spike pits right there, and you have to like pay attention the whole time to which direction you're being pulled, because it affects how much you can actually move away from the spike pits when you get dropped into them, which wall you need to go to in order to escape by wall kicking. It's super annoying and I hate it. So I just don't want to deal with it. That's what the special weapons are for, is for making your life easier. Yeah, we just casually shot down this ship. A smart and cool and justifiable thing to do. Doing so breaks the floor down here and lets us go down here to where, you guessed it, we get to fight another sub-boss. I don't know what this thing is called. It looks like it should have a name. I don't know what it is. Probably has a cool name. It's this, like, sea serpent type thing. It's got a funny head. We actually saw these heads in Flame Mammoth stage, which was interesting. Coming out of the chutes alongside those upper halves of robots. Please let me land not on spikes. Oh boy! Oh, you can use these things in the background as indicators for where the floor is. Ah! I actually had a moment to save myself there. I just couldn't recognize it. It's messed up. Oh no! I gotta do this again. I don't have any electric spark. Alright, improvise. Oh wow, Chameleon's thing does an even better job. I didn't even know that. Oh, thanks for the life. Alright. Cool. Not bad. Everything's fine. Do I have to bust the floor open again? Let's see. Yeah. Looks like I do. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll shoot down a battleship again. Let's watch out for those bombs being lobbed. Blob bombs. Blob bombs. Blob blog. Look, if there's a thing you can say, sometimes it's worth saying. Sometimes. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna hope that sub-boss didn't come back. Ah, come on. Come on. Okay, fine. We'll deal with it again. Go up a little faster. There we go. Oh my god, I can't move. That's funny. Let me up on top of you so I can hurt you more. This is our deal, our pact that I'm signing with you right now. No, don't go down. That makes it harder for me to hit you. Guess I'll just wait. Someone consider it. Ah! Okay, I'll stop being on you when I try to hurt you. Can you give me health but not drop it in spikes? No? Okay. Thanks. Well, anyway, there's a heart capsule over here. Very nice to have. Very good. And I think that's literally the only thing here. We got all the sub-tanks. We got all the armor. Yeah, so it would just be the one heart capsule. Dang, Launch Octopus gets nothing. Poor guy. Hold on. Slight, little darkening of the water color in the background in places. It's supposed to be intentional? Huh, I can't tell. Weird. Anyway, we gotta find another one of these. This one's mandatory, which is great. This one also burrows into the dirt sometimes, which means that you can have waiting periods where you can't even do anything to it. I'd like to avoid that, please. Would like a different fate than the one you're giving me. I make my own fate by shooting it in the head, apparently. Again, picking up moral quandaries from an hour ago. Hard to say if we're the good guy in this situation. I think in X1 it's harder to debate that you're the bad guy, but once you get into like X3 and onward, when you're like really a part of the Maverick Hunters and stuff just keeps happening and you keep having to deal with people who, oh, hold on, first cut your tentacles off. You shoot Launch Octopus with Boomerang Cutter enough times, tentacles go bye-bye, which takes away from some of his movement options and one of the attacks he can do. Unfortunately, he can still shoot torpedoes, which are really annoying, and I'm bad at dodging them. But that's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Give it another shot. Oh, what was I saying? In X3 and the later games, just because of the way the Maverick Hunters seem to operate, it's way easier to read them as like enforcers of the status quo, and it's just not great. It's harder to root for them and be okay with what you as the player have to do the whole game. I really don't like that you can bust the rolling shield with your torpedoes. Super annoying. I'm still going to beat you with it. I'm not going to run out before you've run out of health. Not too bad. I do not like fight. I don't like fighting Launch Octopus without those two weapons. Though I imagine he's not too bad with just the regular charge shot in the Buster. Or main torpedo. There's nothing for it to home on in this demo, so you don't really get to see what it really does, but it does just go straight for enemies and the like. So now we've beaten all the 8 Maverick stages. Here we have Sigma's Fortress. Now we actually see what Sigma looks like. Real, weird looking guy. Why'd Dr. Kane make him look like that? The butt chin? Yes, I was staying silent intentionally. I really, really like the build-up for this song and the atmosphere that it sets up. I mean, X1 in general has like a really good soundtrack. This is not surprising. I wish I knew offhand who the composers were. I think there's multiple, but I can't remember who they are. One of them might be Yuko Takahata. That sounds kind of familiar. Wait, no, that's the composer for Mega Man 6 and 7, right? Can't remember. That's fine. We're gonna pull out Rolling Shield here. Charge it up. Oh, hi there. It gives us this shield, as you might expect from the name. It is actually a shield weapon, but only if you charge it. Very classic Mega Man idea, just having a barrier around you that's useful, because it stops small enemies like these guys who like to dive in on you, who are annoying. I'm just gonna wait for these platforms to sync up in a way that's advantageous to me. I pull it out here because it makes doing all this platforming a lot easier. Don't have to worry about those guys. It can't absorb everything though. Anything that takes more than effectively like 1 hit, 2 hits, it'll just get rid of your shield. It does block projectiles though, which is great. I guess we'll just kind of unload with this for a bit. It's kind of a fun weapon. Classic. Again, another classic kind of Mega Man type weapon. The weapon that has gravity. In this case, the weapon that has gravity and also bounces between walls, which is fun. A little bit of Gemini laser, a little bit of bubble lead. Good stuff. Much in the way that I like to think about character abilities for games, and like expanding a game's cast with more characters who can do wildly different things. I also like to think of different Mega Man weapons and stuff. I could pull that info up right now if I wanted to, but I'd have to pause the LP for that. I don't know, doesn't sound really worth it. It's not like I have those ideas like memorized, because I actually don't. This is a fun weapon though. Just for the heck of it, we'll use a bunch of weapons on these stages because we have them all. Might as well use them. The other thing, I think they get refilled between fortress stages. I hope that they do. I don't fully remember. Guess we'll find out. I'll check my rolling shield ammo on the other side of this stage. See how that goes. These enemies are annoying. This is a corridor that really does want you to use the charged shield, so I guess I will. Why not? Yeah, takes care of all of these enemies except for the mace guys. We're there to get rid of your shield. It's their express purpose. That's okay. I was just kind of panicking there, trying to figure out what I was going to do in that moment, or else get hit. We'll pull out Chameleon Sting. There we go. Use that for an easy ascent. Another thing that like sets apart the specific functions of Rolling Shield and Chameleon Sting in terms of their charged weapons. Oh yeah, hi Boomer Coanger. In that case, what? Actually show off your weakness, which is Harming Torpedo. Of course it is. It's the only one that we didn't use on anyone yet. Also, I know that's supposed to be Homing Torpedo. What am I going to do? Just not call it Harming Torpedo? Sorry. I like to have fun here. The other major thing that sets apart the like utility of charged Rolling Shield and charged Chameleon Sting is that Chameleon Sting, when you charge it, aside from it not being permanent, it'll go away after a while, and the Rolling Shield will stay. Is that you can't shoot more shields, more rolling shields while you have the shield on you, but you can shoot more Chameleon Stings while you're invincible, while you're color flashy. This is actually a really important distinction for which one you want to use in certain situations, on top of the fact that one of them is a limited time thing and the other one persists until it is revoked from you. Stop getting under your helmet. It's mean to me. To me, it is mean. I think it is mean. Oh, what's Bow Spider weak to? It's oh, hold on, I want to let go of my charge. It's Shotgun Ice, I believe. Might also be something else. I believe Shotgun Ice is one of the weaknesses that the Boss Spider, Bow Spider, whatever, has. I was too late. You get a really limited window of when you can actually shoot this boss. Come on. Come on! You also have to use your brain, and that's tiring. Wow, I actually don't have the brain for this right now. It's kind of sad. There we go, it's one hit. Wow, look at that. Was that 3 pips? I think so. Nope, coming right at me. This is a good time for me to use one of my sub-tanks. We'll use the one that isn't fully filled up. Nope, that's the wrong button. What do I have to do? Press the shoot button? Yes. Why the shoot button? Anyway. Oh, and then my brain got mixed up with like confirm, cancel, shoot, jump, and then just press the jump button to shoot Shotgun Ice. I'm going the exact wrong place. I am of course going the exact wrong place. Okay, that was an easy one. Oh, that was early. Okay. You know, I can still pull this one back, even without having to chug another sub-tank. I could probably do it. Maybe. That was a lot of damage that it just did to me. Yeah, we'll go ahead and, you know, it's fine. We'll have plenty of opportunity to fill them again, and it will be okay. Oh, you're getting fast now. I don't like that. I distinctly don't like that. It'd be cool if I could get 2 shots off. I don't think I can. At least I'm not gonna die. Alright, we basically have this in the bag. I say right before I just flub what should have been an easy pattern. Again. I just can't parse this quickly enough right now. Not a good time for my brain. I also like these kinds of puzzles less when there's a time aspect to them. Or sorry, I like them more when there's... No, I said it right. I like them less when there's a time aspect to them. I like them a lot more when there isn't. And just like that, move on to Sigma Stage 2. Keep this train rolling. Only a few more stages left, and then Mega Man X will be on its way out. Music here is also good. I like this. This is from a time when they had the development resources to afford asking their composer to make one theme per Fortress stage. I appreciate. Why'd I handle it like that? That's baffling. Why'd I do it like that? Also notably, I didn't like point it out, but we did have to go back into the Sigma stages from the stage select. I do believe once you make progress in the Sigma stages, you can go back to any of the Maverick stages for whatever reason, whether it's to pick up collectibles you missed if you happen to miss them, or to grind for lives, maybe. And it won't like boot you out of the progress you've made in the Sigma Fortress. Pretty sure. I know it's the case for like Mega Man 7. I think that's the case for this game. I believe that so, because otherwise I don't think it would give you a password. Maybe? Anyway, I think I'm correct. in the NES games, they wouldn't give you a password between Fortress stages. You would just have to play them all. I had to set you on fire. So this is the thing that's going to be happening, is we'll be dealing with all the Mavericks again throughout these stages. Same thing they did in the first Mega Man game, but not any of the ones after it, so it's a little bit of a throwback. They also wouldn't do it in any other X game after this. Kind of funny. Cinematic parallels. Look at you with your ice breath. Oh, what? How? How did that persist long enough to ice me? That's funny. Hawking up some ice. It's so weird. Like, ice breath is one thing that makes stuff cold and flash freezes things. You're just spitting up frozen water. What are you doing? It's messed up. I could recommend you a physician. I'm gonna flamethrower this guy and take his mech. Heck yeah. You can do dashing punches with the ride armors also, which is great. I also don't know if the ride armors are susceptible to spikes. I feel like they're not. I feel like the answer is they aren't. It's a real change of gameplay to just suddenly have a short range attack, but then also you're invincible until the mech just breaks down. It's fun. I guess we decided to go up this way. You get a choice here, and I've picked the path with all of these turrets on platforms. That means I'm not getting that health. Oh well. I mean, you know, I am trying to fill my sub-tanks, so... Wah! Oh, and I missed that one too. Dang. 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 Huh, open air. Kind of surprising to see. Oh, that's why there's open air. Got it. Alright, well, I could sting you. Easy. Sting you plenty. With my chameleon sting, because I'm a chameleon now. Part chameleon. Inherited. I've inherited chameleonism. That is the name of the condition, inherited chameleonism. This is a stupid thing to say in a Let's Play, but that's a good name for a band. Someone out there, please name yourself Inherited Chameleonism. Oh, that rules. See? This is why you should say things. This is why people should just allow themselves to say things sometimes, because then you might say things like Inherited Chameleonism. Taking a drink of my juice, I've been talking for a long while. Shouldn't need Chameleon Sting for the rest of the stage, so go ahead and leave it out for a bit, have some fun, shoot some things. Whoa, that doesn't take those tires out in one hit. I'm just gonna hop past this dude. I don't want to see him. I don't want to deal with him. Get out of here. Too much, too much. Oh no. Who's next? I think there's another Maverick, right? Oh no. No, it is not. We already had two, so I guess that makes sense. Nope, it's Rang Da Bang Da. Rang Da Bang Da is not good. I also can't remember what Rang Da Bang Da is weak to. This is why Rang Da Bang Da is not good. Is this Spike Corridor. Of course, those are instant kill. It's Electric Spark? Weak to Electric Spark? You want beetroot? Ingredients? The Boomerang Cutter? Ooh, that did something, right? I think. No? Am I not paying good attention here? I'm also gonna die. I never really got the chance to fill up my sub-tank good. I think I'm just gonna take the life. Also, yeah, my weapons refill between stages. We'll just give that another try. Hopefully do a little better. Can't remember what the weakness is. Is it Chameleon Sting? Maybe I shouldn't have used so much of it. I could also just fight Rangda Bangda head on. Ah, Chameleon Sting is the or a weakness. So. Good to know. Useful. Healthy. I don't know if I have enough to actually do the boss with it. We'll see. Ugh, red eye. That's bad. That's scary. It's almost pink eye, which is worse. Difference between bloodshot and infected. Ah, I missed. Yeah, I might not have enough here. No, I think we might be good. Oh no, that's right. When you get onto this wall. When you beat it with the nose out, these walls stay out permanently. But the spikes go away when you beat the whole thing. Woo! It's a toughie. Rangda Bangda is formidable. Stage 2 went by kind of quick, don't you think? Quick. Pretty quick. Nothing to do but hold on to that momentum. Stage 3. This one's fun. Got the really low energy track. It's kind of creepy, atmospheric. That's fine. I wanted to shoot both of them. I shot in the wrong direction. It's fine. What do we got? Armored Armadillo. Check this out. Ah, right. Not when you're rolling, but when you're not rolling, it's fine. And now when you're rolling, I can take you out. Yeah, if you want, just keep shooting at me. Makes it easy for me to shoot at you. You should try jumping over my shots. Maybe I should have given him that tip before I killed him a second time. Probably would have helped him better. What can we get up to from here? I don't believe there's any Maverick fights in the 4th stage, so there should be a good few left here. We only had Boomer Quanger in the 1st, Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle in the 2nd. I really want to fill up my sub-tank, which means I should do something that allows me to... Come on. Well, I mean... That works. That accomplishes what I wanted. Okay. I'm going to horm all of you. Be hormed. That's fine. I did get my sub-tank up a little bit. That's a hard jump to make. Come on. It's like, I don't want to bump my head on the ceiling, so I kind of need to do it from this wall, I think. Oh, I had it. I just didn't trust that I actually had it. The dash jump timing, dash wall jump timing is weird. There we go. Now I'm at full health, just like I wanted. That's all that I wanted, right? That was the only thing that I wanted. All right, let's do the shuffle, Sting Chameleon. Nope, doing it wrong. Too soon. Something like this. There we go. Always fun, always fun. It's satisfying when you get the proper rhythm and literally nothing else happens but you walking back and forth and getting the shots off on him. Let's see what a charged Boomerang Cutter looks like. Just for fun. It's that. It's whatever this is. And then, of course, they give you this opportunity to grab stuff with Boomerang Cutter. I'll take it. Guess I'll refill my Boomerang Cutter ammo. Who could be next? Oh, it's Spark Mandrill. You with your pink and blue and green lights. Oh, too early. I don't know why I did that. Ah. It's also too early. I think you can just hit him early for the last one, because it still does the damage, just doesn't freeze him. Yeah, honestly, most of the bosses in this game are pretty heavily trivialized by their weaknesses. That's just how it is. I wonder who we could be fighting next. No clue. No clue, not a one. Just free health and ammo up here. Sure, I'll have it. Oh. Okay. Still got hurt, which is pretty rude. Oh, I do want to pull out Boomerang Cutter again because I don't want to bother. Don't want to bother with you with your tentacles. This is the thing that he can do, and this life-sucking thing. Ah, really bad. Launch Octopus is very hard to deal with. All right, cool. We're still not going to handle him super well. I'm not good. We're not going to die. Okay. At least I didn't lie to you. Is that everyone? Anyone I'm missing? I think that's everyone, right? I want you to use Chameleon Sting here. Check it out. An extra life. How kind. Oh, Flame Mammoth. Flame Mammoth's the last one. Of course, of course. How could I forget Flame Mammoth? I don't know. Oh, I could show off the other thing. I forgot to even mention it. You can cut off Flame Mammoth's... what's it called? It's not tusk, is it? Is it the tusk? Is that what it's called? Brain blanking on simple animal anatomy that I should know and have known for a long time. And then slowly changing weapons and getting hurt a bunch for it. But yeah, those are the two bosses that you can use Boomerang Cutter on to take away certain attacks from them. Now he can't do the oil toss, which we didn't really even interact with the first time since we took him out so quickly. Now that should be everyone. Long corridor. What next? One more boss. What was this boss again? Oh yeah, it was this thing. Oh, I don't like it. Not what I wanted to shoot. I want to shoot the head. Okay, that's not doing much. Do you dislike Electric Spark? Is that what's up? That did some amount of damage. No. Boomerang Cutter? Ugh. It's hard to pay attention to shooting the boss and at the same time keeping an eye on the health bar to see how much you did. I don't know, let's just try stuff. Anything could be the right answer. Maybe it's Shotgun Ice. Shotgun Ice tends to be an answer to like every boss in the fortress. Rolling Shield? No. I don't think like anything's weak to Flamethrower, which is kind of silly. Yeah, okay, it is Boomerang Cutter. Not that I have much Boomerang Cutter left. Try to to avoid that, hopefully. Okay, didn't avoid the last one. All right, that's a pretty good head start, damage-wise. Oh, it does a lot of damage. Okay. We'll go ahead and focus on dodging while just chucking out arming torpedoes. I'm sure it'll work out. I'm sure, yeah, it'll work out just fine. All right, we're good. I don't even know what that boss is called. I actually, like, don't know. I've internalized the name of every boss in this game except that one. I don't have an explanation. I don't have a single explanation. Makes me wonder what that boss is called. Anyway, we're already at stage 4. This is it. This is where it's over. So we're gonna fill up our sub tanks. This is how you fill up your sub tanks. There's little worm enemies that come out of the walls as you try to ascend here. And if you pull out Rolling Shield, they can't do anything to you. An extra life, really? Okay. So this is what we're gonna do for a moment. If it happens quickly, I won't have to do any editing. But if it doesn't happen quickly, you know, you'll see me in a moment. Especially because I don't... Another extra life? I don't have anything to say about this while it's happening. Thanks for all the weapon energy I don't need. There we go. Where's that put me at? Almost another full one. Almost. There we go. And one more. Now trust me, I'm not good at this game's final boss, so I'm going to need all 4 sub-tanks. In fact, I may need them multiple times over. I might die and then have to refresh them again. You know, classic stuff. Another extra life? Okay. Okay. Thanks. Am I at max? Yeah. I haven't even hit full sub-tanks yet, and I've gotten max lives. Thanks? Not what I was going for, but thank you. There we go. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Still took a while to make our way up here. Climactic, tension-building corridor. What could be awaiting us at the top? Whatever it is, X knows he needs to walk over there. Hi, Sigma, I feel welcome. Yeah, no one else here, just me. I mean, whatever other Maverick Hunters there are, if there are any that didn't defect, they sure didn't help. Oh, your pet. Does Sigma name drop his pet's name? I don't remember. Come on, come on. Ah, he's not going to. Anyway, this is Velgarder. What was Velgarder's weakness? Might have been Electric Spark for both of them. No, it's Shotgun Ice. It's Shotgun Ice. I remember because it's kind of annoying to hit with. You can use the wall rebound a lot to help. I don't remember how to dodge anything that you do. Oh, you also like to climb the walls. Must have learned it from your master. And we'll see that in a moment. Sigma really likes going up the walls from left to right. It's kind of his big thing. In fact, let's get ready for it. Who's Zero? Oh, right, I forgot to mention. Zero is another character who doesn't show up in the game, only mentioned in the manual. He's like the I don't know, I guess temporary / new head of the Maverick Hunters after Sigma defects. Right. He's not really notable. He's just mentioned in the manual once and mentioned here, I guess. I forgot that Sigma even mentioned him. He's not in the game. That's super weird. Well, anyway. Fun fact about Zero, I guess, if we're talking about that right now, while we're going to die to Sigma. Actually, maybe I should focus. Sigma's kind of scary. I shouldn't charge this, actually. It's going to do not enough damage to be worth the charge, how much extra ammo it's going to take. I'm gonna have to use a sub-tank, not in this phase, but definitely after. Definitely after this phase, if I don't die. Which, you know, a single hit will be death. There's this guy in the manual for Mega Man X who, like, there's nothing referencing him. Oh, dang it, I went too early. Nothing referencing this character, just a little bit of character art that's in the manual, but he's there, and I think the implication is that's supposed to be Zero. Maybe the plan was for him to be in the game, and like they had this design drafted up and everything. It's hard to say. Like, there's no text next to him that's directly referencing whoever the character that art is. But it would just make sense. Like, he's like this robot-looking guy. He's all red and stuff. Probably not Dr. Kane. That's the only other character we don't see. So it's probably Zero. I bet they had plans for him. It just didn't go anywhere. Alright. Maybe I can beat Velgarder with more health than half. Maybe not. Wow, that's a classic Mega Man attack. The hot dogs in Mega Man 2 do that. If I could just dash off walls. They make dashing off of walls better in later games by allowing you to do it just by holding dash. It's a good move. It's really annoying that you have to time it in this game. Okay. Not great. But I survived for a good bit against Sigma Phase 1 here with very little HP, so as long as I don't make any dumb moves at the start, maybe it'll be fine. I'm gonna shoot at him, and then I'm gonna get up on the wall, and then he's gonna get up on the wall. I'm gonna shoot at him. I shouldn't have shot like that. That was not well thought out. I was like, ooh, I can get multiple shots in. Why do I... My brain's not fully in it. My brain is not fully in it. I'm getting greedy for some reason. It's also not great because, yeah, my weapon energy doesn't go back up, so it's time to grind. Let's pull out Rolling Shield. Another life. Okay. I don't think I would be game overing anytime soon. Okay, this is the strategy. You can get him on the way up. No. No, that's not the strategy. This is it. You wanted to be in the bottom left corner. You want him to get as close as he can to the top left, where you are, as he's coming up. Shoot him once on the way down. Shoot him again on the way up. That's fine. I can stand to miss a shot. That's that. Whew. Okay. That's not the scariest part, but that is like the barrier. Now he's just ahead. Oh, but now he's ahead, merged with some bigger version of his weird dog. And now you want to use charge shots or rolling thunder. This part of the boss is kind of scary. There's a lot going on. Should have been on the wall there. Okay, immediately burning a sub-tank. If I can just remember how to do this phase. You want to get up on the claw, and you want to hit him with the thing, whether it's charged buster shots or rolling shield. Those are the only things that damage him. Regular pellets won't do it. Other weapons also won't do it. Those are your only options. Claws hurt you from their underside. There's a lot to manage in this fight, which is why having the 4 sub-tanks is, I don't know if I'd say vital, but really important. Really useful. Ugh, I hate the lightning strikes also. Makes it hard to stay on the platforms. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and burn my next. I don't trust it. Could maybe live a little longer, but like, it was very little health I was left with. These strikes, these lightning strikes do so much, and then the claw. Yep, this is it. Gonna actually have to use all of those lives that I picked up. Okay, I should say this before I forget. Off screen, I realized what I was doing wrong for the dash wall jump timing. You just press dash and jump together at the same time. For some reason, this whole time I really thought you had to dash first. So, I don't know if this is gonna make things any easier for me at any point. That's the wrong weapon. Nope, nope, I gotta pause for this. I have to pause for this. Okay. Already not looking great. Cool. Got, what, 2 hits off? Ugh. I can't remember if charge shots are any better, but in theory, if I'm not getting many shots off, period, on him. God, this fight is so much to manage at once. If I'm not getting many shots off on him, period, then like I would have plenty of time to charge. So, might be kind of a good smart. Whoa! I don't know how I managed that one. Can I take another hit of anything? Yes, 1. I can take 1 hit of anything. Okay. Good to have the guarantee. I like the guarantees. Fine. I'll take the claw. I didn't even hit him! Ugh. It is, as you can see, possible to climb on the side of these, but it's really hard and annoying. Okay. I feel like this attempt is also going to go nowhere. Oh my god. Sometimes he's got to have some confidence. You can dodge all this stuff and then get hit by claws anyway. See, I don't want to get hit by the lightning strikes, but I want to stay on the platform. You feel me? That's where I'm at. Oh no, oh no. That's lucky. 1 little pip of health. I could maybe pull this, reel this in. Maybe. Yes, do claw for me. Just 1 more shot. Can I do it? Let me on you, please. Boom. I don't know when I became the kind of person who always says boom when they land the finishing shot on something, but I became that person at some point. Look, buddy. All of you are based on me. I'm probably better than all of you. Cheap imitations. Oh, whatever. Shove it up your gaping maw. Your big gaping dog maw that's beneath your head. Why'd you do that? Why'd you merge with your weird dog robot that I blew up a moment ago? Strange. Anyway, that's Mega Man X. It ends on this kind of sad note. Like, they really needed to contrast all the classic Mega Man games where every time you beat Dr. Wily, it's like, well, you might have gotten away, but you saved the day today, and that's pretty good. Everyone's happy. But Mega Man X has got to be like, well, all those people who died, you know all those people who died. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad that they all died. X doesn't even feel good about this. Feels pretty sad. You know, he and his, I don't know, older brother, I guess, regular old Mega Man, both have that feeling of like, too bad we have to do violence. It would be nice if we could solve things without having to do violence. But X is always like, I really wish I hadn't done violence. I'm so distraught about all the violence that I did. How long will I keep on fighting? How long will my pain last? Maybe only the X-Buster on my hand knows for sure. The writing here is just a little hokey, you know. The X games are more melodramatic. They have their moments, like they have some moments of genuinely being kind of introspective in an enjoyable way. But for the most part, they're pretty silly. It's hard to take them that seriously. Ba-da-da. Just so close to being... Is it Terra's theme? Is that what I'm thinking of from FF6? But then we get this nice uplifting credits music. It's all fine. Look, they get to tell us all about every single enemy. It's on every single stage. Another Mega Man staple. The point of this LP wasn't to come out and be like, Mega Man X is just like the classic games the whole time, because it's really distinct. Its visual language is different. Visual language, I meant visual style. It's very different looking from all the classic games. Its approach to character design is different outside of X, though X shows the differences a little bit too. The music is a little different. It's a lot more rocking. It makes use of the SNES sound chip to be able to do that. All these other little things. It just has a different feel. The dash makes it play completely differently. It feels like in the X games, the charge shots matter a lot more than they did in the classic games, even though I'm sure in some of the classic games, the charge shot was just flat out more powerful. Yawning on recording. More powerful than it is in any of the X games. I believe that. I believe that. Especially in Mega Man 4. They made it way too strong in the first game that they had the charge shot in. So it's not... I'm not here to say that... Who's that? Who's Vile? Oh, Zero is in the game, but only in the ending credit sequence. Yeah, I feel like they must have had plans for him, right? Like they made a sprite for him and everything. He's drawn, he's designed. That's so weird. And us as Mega Man X. No space between Mega and Man. Here's the best song in the game. I'm gonna shut up so you can jam out to this. One of the best credit scroll themes ever. So good. And that was the whole of Mega Man X. Thanks for sitting with me. I had a good time. It's a fun game to play. It's a good couple hours of my life, of my day, of your day. We just sat down with it. Capcom of 1993 and 94 thanks us for playing. I thank you for watching. I still don't know who Vile was. That came out of left field. In Zero being in the credits, I feel like the credits must have been like, they must have made them and oh, a sequel hook. How scary. When I saw this sequence as a kid, it actually scared me because it's on a black screen with text. Someone's looking at me. It's got this sinister music playing. Of course it would scare me. I was a kid. Kind of freaky. And I don't believe there's anything you can press that exits a screen. Yeah, it's nothing. If I wait here long enough, does it go away? I think that might be true. Let's fast forward. Nope. Yeah, so the only way to get out of this is to reset the game. Video games don't have free will. Yet.